specializes in things that seem impossible. And he can do what no other power can do. Yeah. Said, and have you any afflictions that seem incurable in spite of all the medicine you use? But God specializes in things that seem impossible. And he can heal what no other doctor can heal. Because it shall be well. Oh, Lord. So Paul told them folks on the ship, he said they was tossed to the storm. We was on the storm last week, and Jesus walked on the water. Right now, I don't know if I'm going where I thought I was going, but right now, I'm here. And this week, we back on the storm. The ship was in a storm. Paul and his people. He said, listen, the angel spoke to me last night. Yeah. Anybody ever spoke to God speak to you in the midnight hour? That's the precious memories. Oh, Lord. That's the memory we're talking about, how they linger when God speaks to you, even in the midnight. Sacred secrets he unfolds. And it just says, it shall be well. So Paul said, I heard from the angel last night. He spoke to me and said, don't worry, don't get upset. Like Jesus told Peter and them disciples last week, don't fear. There shall not be the loss of one. It's Acts 16. You want to read it for yourself. That Euroclydon, that terrible storm was on the sea. But Paul said, don't worry about it. They had to throw stuff overboard and lighten the load. He said, don't worry, it won't be loss of one. Because the angel spoke to me last night. God is speaking to us, saying, it shall be well. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It shall be well. Actually, that was not Acts 16. That was Acts 27. Acts 16 was when they were in prison. And they were, but Paul had 4 squadrons of soldiers on him. That means 16 soldiers guarding one man. That's how much of a threat he was. But he wasn't a threat because of his physical size, Malaysia. He was a threat because of the power of God on the inside of him. The power that works on the inside. Amen. So he was a threat, Sister Ernestine, because of what was on the inside of him. Sometimes the enemy, he don't know all that God's planning on doing, but he knows we're a threat to the kingdom, to his kingdom. We're a threat. A few of us sitting around here, you're a threat. You're a mighty power. What's in you is mightier than 1,000 generations, 1,000 soldiers against you. At midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God. At midnight means the darkest point, at that tumultuous time, at that dangerous time, that troublesome time. He said Paul and Silas just prayed and sang praises to God. That's what we've been doing for the last hour. We've just been praying and singing praises to God. Yeah. And after a while, God just shook the earthquake. When you pray and sing praises, God's got to move. Acts 4:31 said, when they had prayed, the place was shaken where they were. So you pray and praise God, he's going to shake the foundations. Shake up some stuff. He's shaking up right now. Some of y'all don't even know it. He's shaking it up right now because we're praying and because we're praising God. At midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises to God. And behold, the earth started shaking. Can you imagine the earth cannot contain your prayer and your praise? The earth can't stand still when you pray and praise because God hears you. God says, what's up, child? What's up, baby? He don't have to do what I just did because he don't have to get up on the step to see you. He's just sitting on the throne watching you anyway. Jesus just sitting there chilling out because he got all power in his hand. Saying, I hear you. God said, what they say? Because it comes in the name of Jesus. So Jesus said, God healed that one. God healed this one. Deliver that one. Shake up, just pat your foot a little bit and shake up some stuff. And they were all free. Not just Paul, but all of them are free. I'm working on a message. I might be coming out this morning, but I'm working on a message. We are all here. I'm doing a whole lot of studying and praying these days. I got a whole lot of stuff he's working with me now, Mother. We are all here. All of them was in chains. All the soldiers was messed up. Paul had 16 guards on him, but he got free when the earth shook. All of them were free, but not one of them left. When the soldiers came to see what's going on, and the prison keepers came running, oh my God, don't what you rushing for? We all here. They didn't even run out the prison. Free and still here. Somebody say free and still here. We are all here. He said in 27, I tell you, he said, it won't be the loss of one of us. We all here. We going through some stuff, but we all here. We had some tears, but we all here. We had some shackles, but we all here. I told y'all this story about us coming back from Canada. It was a story that bugged me, and it kind of, it doesn't stress me, but it was traumatic in its own rights. When we came back from Canada back last year, whenever it was, we came across the border, driving from Canada back into Buffalo. And I'm driving the car, and as they check your passport and all that stuff, and they told me, said, just shut the car off. I'll shut the car off. And then they said, well, just step out the car. No, he said, give me your keys. I'm saying, for what? He said, just give me your keys and step out the car. Meanwhile, as I'm sitting there at the token booth, is at least 20 cops have come around my car. There's myself, my wife, and my daughter in the back seat. And one, a female, because they I don't know how they tell each other so quick, but they know how to tell each other stuff. And they had a female on the side where Kalisa was. And another female cop in the front where my wife was. And asked me, Derek, to get out the car. So, you know you got to obey. So I got out the car. This is nice. I'm like wondering what's going on. Here I am in Canada enjoying vacation time, trying to come back into the States. And I went over with no problem. And they didn't tell me anything. They said, step out the car. I'm telling you, it was 20 cops was around in that car in 2 seconds. And I got out the car, and they immediately put me in handcuffs. They still didn't say what was going on. But obviously my name sent up a flag. And didn't find out till later on what was going on. Because they didn't tell me, they ain't about to tell me what's going on. They didn't say you were under arrest, no nothing. And you know, I didn't hear all what was going on because Kalisa was about to have a fit in the back seat, of course. And she had a phone. They told her, put your phone away. You know, she was going to record everything that was going on. They said, put your phone away. And said, oh, Dad's okay. They told me, said, we just need you to come inside the office with me for a minute. I'm like, for what? But there was too many cops for me to even try to act like I was going to act up. Them cuffs were so heavy. I'd never been in handcuffs in my life. Heavy. And here I am, behind my back, had my hand behind my back, took me, walking me, and I'm looking back, and I said, my wife, he said, we got them, they'll be all right. When he told me take the keys out the car, give them to him, I knew something was up. Like, why am I turning the car off first, and then giving them the keys? He said, no, just leave the keys, we'll park the car for you. Meanwhile, they had taken my wife and my daughter out. They took me in one door and took them in another door. And took me, I never felt such heavy cuffs and restraints in my life. But right before we got out the car, Wes Morgan's song was on. It said, God will get me through this. It was a song that was playing. We were singing that as we were driving. So it stayed in my head. God will get me through this. So you want to listen to rap and all that stuff, you listen to it. Let me listen to stuff that's going to bless my spirit. So when I get in trouble, what's in my head is what I heard about God. I'm not knocking rap. It's the words. If it's gospel rap about Jesus, I'm with you. I don't have no problem with it. Because that's what's going to get you through. The song was in my head while they were walking me with, all these cops, and they scared me. I'm like, what in the world's going on? They never did say what happened. Brought me inside in the other room. And I could hear my wife's voice on the other side in the other room. And they brought me in there, and they started saying my name had something about my name. I found out is a common name. There was another preacher. My God. Now he was Caucasian, but his name was the same as my name. And he was in trouble for embezzlement and murder, and his name was bad. And they just saw my name, Kenneth Jones, and sent a flag up. And I'm saying to myself, Amir, but I went across the border with no problem. Why am I coming back with no problem, with a problem? They brought me inside, began to ask me questions. And sat me down. Then they started lighting. You could feel the load, the room being lighter when they started checking stuff out. It was 2 guys on 2 computers, and they was checking. And they started, we sorry. You have a common name. So meanwhile, just the thought of it. I don't talk about it much. nothing. And you just minding your business. And I'm telling you, I never seen it like that. They swarmed that car so quick. And let's take the keys out. But they took me out. Them cuffs were so heavy till they finally unloosed me. I didn't leave. I didn't run out the door. You gotta be smart enough not to run. But they released and said, oh, we're sorry. Sorry. Your name flagged. Your name came up on the computer. And when we got back to the hotel, was when we finally got back in the car and began to tell each other our story. We just pulled over and just sat there. Because we were all traumatized. Can you imagine my daughter? You know Kalisa. Daddy's girl. My wife, you know Kalita. She's like, and I heard her say, what are you taking my husband to? Because they never said what was going on. They didn't say nothing. They just said, you got to go with us. We just got to ask you a couple of questions. I said, questions with my hand? Thank God they put them on my feet and let me walk. But they got me and started checking. Said, oh, you have what's called a common name. I said, well, I travel all the time. Why? They said, because you're on ground. If you're in the air, they check your name and stuff before you get on the plane. They already have checked you. Across the borders, they can't check you before you come because they don't know when you're coming. And so we had to check you. We had to put you, your name drew a flag. So they started checking and asking me where I live and have my license. And oh. And come to find out, I said, oh, I'm a preacher. The guy they were looking for was also a preacher. He was also a preacher, so that don't necessarily get you out of trouble. But the name of Jesus, God, yes, God, will, hallelujah, get me through this. But we were all there, and we're all still here. Yeah. It was traumatizing, but we're all here. I don't talk about it much, but we're all here. We were free, but we were still there. It was literally about 5-10 minutes after they released me from the cuff, they began to talk to me and laugh. And they want to laugh and hee-haw. I wasn't in the laugh and hee-haw mood, but I wanted to get out of there. I just smiled nicely so I could get out. But when I think about it, remember those chains on me. The first thing I wanted to do was get out of there. I didn't want to be in it in the first place. But Paul and them was in jail. When they got loosed, they just sat there. The Holy Ghost reminded me as I was sitting there, because I was just sitting there, they came over and loosed me. We're sorry. Mistaken identity. They said from now on, whenever you cross the border or something like that, make sure you tell them common name. I said, I don't plan to do that no time soon. I think I'd rather fly across. It's just the thought of it. The next one might not understand. He might not believe me. I don't know. But I thank God for deliverance. And none of us, nobody shot us, nobody hurt us. Just the heavy cuffs. But Paul said, we are all here. Come on, somebody say, we are all here. We are all here. Not the loss of one. Do you believe God for that? Do you believe when he said, it shall be well? Hallelujah. 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 Come on, praise the name of Jesus. He will bring you out. He will bring you out. Help me say, he'll bring you out all right. Tell somebody that he'll bring you out all right. Anybody witnesses that? He'll bring you out all right. Psalm chapter 20. Y'all can turn the front arrow off for me, please. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of God of Jacob, of the God of Jacob, defend you. Psalms 20. May he send you help from the sanctuary and strengthen you out of Zion. May he remember all your offerings and accept your burnt sacrifice. May he grant you according to your heart's desire and fulfill all your purpose. We will rejoice in your salvation. And in the name of our God, we will set up banners. Somebody say the name of our God. May the Lord fulfill all your petitions. Now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. I know the Lord saves his anointed. Not just spiritually saves, but I know he saves his anointed. There's been too many stories of them being killed or being hurt, even by law enforcement. And this was on I guess we were still on the Canada side this time, trying to cross over into the American side. So I don't remember if it was American cops or Canadian cops. I think it was American cops as I was coming into America from Canada. But I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of our God. They have bowed down and fallen, but we have risen and stand upright. Save, Lord. May the King answer us when we call. Somebody say the name of the Lord. Yeah, no. Come on, the name of the Lord. Do you know the name of the Lord? Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Didn't we end there last week talking about safe in his arms? We are safe because we are righteous, declared righteous by God. And can you quote 3 verses of the 23rd Psalm with me? The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Come on, say it with me. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. Yes, yeah. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Help me say, for his name's sake. What's in a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. That is a popular statement from William Shakespeare's play from Romeo and Juliet, in which Juliet, not Ursulinette, but Juliet, seems to argue that it does not matter that Romeo is from the family's rival house, the Montagues. That is, he's named the Montague. He's a Montague. The reference is often used to imply that the name of things do not affect what they really are. But that was not really true because, however, this paragraph, what it really meant was Juliet was comparing Romeo to a rose, saying that if his name was not Romeo, he would still be handsome and the love of my life. So in other words, it doesn't matter what his last name is, I still love him. But, but he was a Montague. So she was not going to be able to get married to him and carry on with no problem. Her family was about to have a fit because Romeo, was in fact a Montague and therefore an enemy of our family. His name meant something. Somebody say a name makes a difference. So Shakespeare said, what's in a name? But there's something in a name. Tell me, say there's something in a name. A name carries weight and distinction. A name implies intimacy, or it's personal. Somebody has to know somebody who knows somebody for them to know you or mine, yours or my name. They may not know me, but they know me through you, so they know my name. People have called me, I don't know them, but they've seen me in church. They used to call my brother, you one of them Jones brother. I don't know them, but they knew my name. So they expected me to be walking and acting a certain way because my name said that's a preacher. What they knew of me was that I'm a pastor or I'm a preacher, whichever. But on Thursday, April 19th, I saw a woman looking at our Jesus Increase 2 sign hanging in the lobby of the JFK Radisson Hotel. I didn't know her name, and thus I couldn't speak to her that way, so I just approached her and began to say, hi, excuse me, or miss. I didn't know until 2 days later that her name was Ernestine Sims, until she came to our service and wrote her name on our visitor card. And my sister began to talk to her after church, and we spoke with her. Then we knew her name was Sister Ernestine Sims. Knowing her name brought us to another personal level of relationship. Some other woman came to our service that Sunday morning. She heard the message. I could describe her, but I don't know her name. She came to the altar. She let me lay hands on her, because everyone that does not know you does not let you lay hands on them. But she let me lay hands on her. She fell out under the power of the Holy Ghost, speaking in tongues. She received her bottle of oil, and I still don't know her name. I don't know who she was, but they say the woman who. Or we can say, remember that woman who? There was a few people, there was a man that was there, but he gave me his name after service. But I didn't know her name. But the last few weeks in prayer, we've been calling the name Sister Ernestine Sims. Because we know her name, and we know who she is. Not just God touched that woman, but touch the woman we know. Touch Ernestine Sims. And you see, she's back in the house of prayer. We pray for Malaysia. She's away in school. She's back home. And God has blessed and kept her. We know your name, and we can call it personally. A name is important. Help me say the name. I know who you are by your name. You and others know who I am by my name. A name distinguishes you from somebody else. If you see me and you want to get my attention, help me say you call my name, right? A name can also be your reputation, how you are known. What you are known when they say your name, oh, you know, that's one of them. Because your name precludes you. It goes before you. It's like you one of them people. All of us, or most of us, have a name. Our names have meanings. Although many people don't know that at birth, what our names really mean. Some people do name their children based on what they know them to mean, and some just name each other. But whatever it is, in the Bible days, they called the name depending on what was going on and what they called that child to be. The names meant something. Your name, if you look it up, I looked up a few last night, and just to see names of people in the house, and I ended up just doing some of the guys. I know what my name means. I learned it years ago that my name means handsome. I happen to like what my name means. I didn't make it up. It tells you where it comes from, and that's what my name means, handsome. I looked up Derek, D-E-R-E-K, and it's a rare English word that means night. Talks about romantic poems and stuff like that. I said, oh, Derek, all right. He ain't always quiet, according to his name. I don't know if that's what Uncle Aaron and Joyce meant when they named him, but that's what his name means. Yeah. I looked up Ronald and I saw it means Christian. Different translations of the name Christian or born in biblical, a friend of God. In the Hebrew, it means a friend of God. That's why Mother also says, I want to call him Ronald because his name means something. I ain't just going to call him cheap, I'm going to call him Ronald. Because his name means something. So when you look up, you can look it up when you get home. Look up your name. I looked up Clifton. So let me just see what Clifton means. And Clifton just means, I don't know if you know. Do you know what your name means? Never looked it up. Let me see. You are cheerful and friendly, but you are most like, it says something about, okay, it means settlement by a cliff. Old English word, Clifton. Makes sense. Cliff. Settlement by a cliff. Sometimes you're just hanging on by a thread. I guess what your name means. I don't know. But the names have a meaning. But when it comes to the name of the Lord, throughout the Old Testament, his name was given by people who knew him by what he did. They called him Elohim, which means God. He's just God. He's the great one. They called him Jehovah, which means the self-existent one. He was here before I got here, and he'll be here when I'm gone. He's just God. Jehovah reveals himself through different acts. Abraham called him El Shaddai. El is El for God and Almighty. He's the Almighty one. He also knew him as Jehovah Jireh, the God who sees and provides. Help me say the name of the Lord. Come on, say the name of the Lord. The name of the Lord. Jehovah Shammah means the Lord is there. Jehovah Rohi, the Lord my healer. Well, we dealt with that this morning. Anybody believe Jehovah Rohi is here? He is my healer. Help me say, we will trust the name of the Lord. Y'all too quiet. I want y'all to holler and scream and say it like you mean this thing. We will trust the name of the Lord. If you forget my name, don't forget his name. Yeah. Jehovah Sitkanu, my righteousness. Jehovah Shalom, he is my peace. God proved himself. His name, El Elyon, means the Most High God. Anybody know God in the room? Do you know a name of God? Moses called him Jehovah Nisi. So he is our banner. We stretch him out across the front because he's our banner. He's our way over, our way through, and our way out. David said, we read part of the 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd. Jehovah Rohi, he is my shepherd. But our text in Psalms 20 says, the Lord hears us. The Lord defends us. He helps us and strengthens us. Come on, say, we will rejoice. Verse 5, in thy salvation, and in the name of our God, we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all his petitions. Now I know the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. It continues that some trust in horses. That strong creature, that strong animal can hold you up. Some trust in chariots. That's the ride to take you from here to there. But we will in the name of the Lord. Somebody say, I will trust in the Lord until I die. God's name is so great that he had to swear by or guarantee. He swore by his own name. He swore by himself, Barry. Said, my name is profitable. My name is secure. My name, prophet, is the word that can stand forever. That means that we will remember the name of the Lord. Are you going to remember his name? We will remember the name of the Lord. As David said, he leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Because I belong to his name. I'm a child of the King. I am a Christian. I am Christ-like. I'm made in the image of God. Let me say, he will do it for his name's sake. Isaiah 42:8 says, I am the Lord. That is my name. Do you know his name? Help me say his name. His name delivers us. His name heals us. His name delivers and sets us free. There are many other names in Scripture that defines our God. I heard a preacher say the other day, I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen. I said I heard a preacher say it. I didn't say I said it. But if it fits, it's all right. But after all the Old Testament prophets stopped prophesying, 440 years, Marilyn, God was silent. From Malachi to Matthew, there was quiet. No more prophets prophesying. Nobody giving a word from the Lord. No Obadiah, Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, none of Zechariah, Zephaniah, none of them guys. They was all finished. 440 years, there was no prophecy. Can you imagine being in a world with God not speaking to you? 440 years? Thank God we got the Old Testament, but God, you ain't saying nothing else. You ain't got no new prophets in the world. Nobody else saying nothing else. That's why some people say now, they get mixed up and say there's still no prophets left, but they don't understand. Jesus came, Matthew 1. 42 generations later. 440 years later. Jesus came, because the angel said in Matthew 1:18, she shall bring forth the son, and thou shalt call his name. The angel said it, that she shall bring forth the son. I told you Wednesday that Isaiah was the eagle-eye prophet. He said in Isaiah 42 and Isaiah 9, unto us a child is given, unto us a son is born, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Almighty God, Prince of Peace. Anybody know his name? He's a wonderful Counselor, Prince of Peace, Everlasting Father. Matthew said his name shall be called. Y'all ain't gonna help me this morning. Y'all don't know his name. Y'all not supposed to stop all that praying you were doing, all that dancing and shouting and everything else, and go somewhere and sit down. Look at them, because when you say his name, you get happy about it when you know him. Jesus. I don't want you to say my name. I tease my wife for almost 23 years we've been married. I still tease her to this day. Because she was young and shy. And Pop Peterson, after he married her, he said, now say, I'm a Jones. She said, I'm a Jones. I said, you didn't say it like you meant it. You didn't really say it like, I'm a Jones. I said, you supposed to say, I'm a Jones. She wasn't saying that strong then, but thank God now she is. Got to work on some stuff, right? And make it worthwhile. Make them want to say your name. Make them want to say, I'm proud to be who I am. You can't know Jesus and say his name and then Jesus and just go to sleep. What's wrong with you? I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? How can I say the name of the one I take communion with every Sunday, every third Sunday, or whenever we take it? How can I say his name and just Jesus? When I know him as my Savior, when I know him as my healer, I know him as my deliverer. He shall call his name what? Jesus. The angel said, she shall bring forth the son. God's going to give us this baby. And you're going to call his name Jesus. For he will save his people from their sins. Acts 4:12 said, neither is there salvation in any other name, for there's no other name among heaven, among men, whereby we must be saved, but by the name of Jesus. Something by the name of, we will remember the name of the Lord. You don't remember Jehovah Shammah. If you don't remember Jehovah Sidkenu, if you don't remember Elion from Elohim, I forgot which one it is, but just say Jesus. For God put everything in his son. He put everything he had in his son, Jesus. Help me say Jesus. Jesus, the righteousness of God. Jesus, the express image of God. Jesus, everything we need is in him. Philippians 2 said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but he made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant, coming in the likeness of men. Let me say Jesus. And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore, God has highly exalted him and given him a name that is above every name. At the name of Jesus, every knee should bow, of those in heaven and those on the earth and those above the earth, under the earth, and that every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Say his name, his name, his name is Jesus. We will remember the name of the Lord. We will remember the name of the Lord. Well, if my wife was here right now, she'd be behind me jumping, saying, please, baby, hallelujah. But I gotta know his name. Even while she's driving on the road, let me say Jesus. That's Jesus. He delivered me. That's Jesus. He brought me out. That's Jesus. I had an issue of blood, but I touched the hem of his garment, and his blood made me whole. That's Jesus. He got my son out of the grave. That's Jesus. That's he raised me. That's Jesus. Do you know his name? Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. And I'm gonna stop until I got the whole world saying Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Something about that name. Something about that name. Jesus. We will trust in the name. If that name don't make you happy, ain't no amount of preaching gonna make you happy. If I run up and down that aisle, which I'm not gonna do today, because the Holy Ghost ain't leading me in my body, don't feel it, and I don't have to. Just the name. Just his name. You that saved, just received the Holy Ghost. You had to get it through his name. And I praise his name. I praise your name. Your holy name. Hallelujah. I praise your name. Some of y'all ain't praying. You're looking at me. I praise your name. I praise your name. By now, laying before him. I praise his name. Are you gonna praise his name? Do you love his name? Not just today,